I found out my husband booked first-class seats for himself and his best friend, while putting me in economy. That's when I decided I wasn't going anywhere. We hadn't traveled together in years. Not once had we taken a trip as a couple. But every single year, my husband and his best friend flew abroad to attend some big sporting event. Every year, it was their thing. They picked the destination, packed their jerseys, and left me at home with the kids. This year, though, something changed. He told me I could come along, and for a moment, it felt like a gift. I'm a stay-at-home mom with no income of my own. I take care of 3 kids, 2 of them still too young for school. So when he offered to pay for my ticket, my hotel, everything, I felt seen, included, maybe even loved. I left the kids with my mom, packed my suitcase, got excited. This was the first time in years I was stepping out of the country with my husband. But then I saw the flight itinerary. He and his best friend, first class. Me, economy. I thought maybe it was a mistake. Maybe something got messed up when the tickets were booked. Maybe they planned to upgrade me later, or the flight had limited seating. So I asked him, and that's when it started. He didn't want to talk about it. He brushed it off, got defensive. So I asked again, and he exploded. I paid for your ticket, for fuck's sake. Isn't that enough? He said I should stop acting like I was royalty. That economy was fine for someone like me, someone who, technically, doesn't even work. And right there, something inside me cracked. I felt small, diminished, like I was nothing more than a tag-along. Like this trip wasn't about us. It was about him and his friend, and I was just the baggage. I didn't yell back. I cried. I cried because I knew that in his mind, I hadn't earned a seat next to him, that my work, raising our children, managing our home, supporting his life, wasn't worth anything more than a cramped economy seat at the back of the plane. He saw my tears and shifted. Suddenly, he wanted me to come, begged me to just go with what he planned, said I was making a big deal out of nothing. But it wasn't nothing. It was the clearest message he'd ever sent. You don't belong beside me. So I told him I wasn't going. I went to my mom's house, picked up the kids, went home. 3 hours later, he came storming in, huffing, pacing, mad that I'd ruined everything. And then came the text from his best friend, calling me entitled, telling me this was why he never wanted my husband to bring me along, that I'd just proved his point. I stared at the message, my hands shaking. I didn't reply. I blocked him. Because this wasn't just about a seat on a plane anymore. This was about a pattern, a hierarchy, a system I hadn't signed up for. My husband and his friend had made their dynamic clear. I was the outsider, the nanny, the afterthought. And somehow, me asking to sit beside my own husband made me the problem. He said I always cry about being excluded. And now, when he finally includes me, I can't even be grateful. But how is it inclusion when I'm not even with them? They're sipping champagne at the front of the plane, and I'm alone in the back, trying not to feel humiliated. He doesn't get it. He doesn't see what I do as work. He doesn't understand what it feels like to give up your independence, your income, your name on a paycheck, to raise children, keep a home running, and sacrifice every ounce of energy day after day, only to be told you're not worth a seat beside your own spouse. If the 3 of us had been in economy together, I wouldn't have said a word. But to sit back there alone while they fly first class? No. That's not a partnership. That's not love. That's not family. That's a message. And I heard it loud and clear. I may not have a paycheck, but I have self-respect. And I was raised to treat people well and to expect the same in return. So I stayed home. He went on the trip. And I'm sitting here now, wondering what to do next. Because this isn't just about this one moment. It's about how small he's made me feel, over and over again. And I wonder, if I stay quiet, if I settle, if I just take the seat he gives me, will I ever feel like I'm enough in this marriage? So, am I the asshole? This one's hard to shake, because it's not about the seat. It's about the message. First class for him and his friend. Economy for his wife. Not because of money, not because of logistics, but because of value. And when someone shows you where they think you belong, believe them. To every stay-at-home parent listening, your labor has value. Your presence has value. You deserve to sit beside the person you've sacrificed for. You deserve to be seen. This story isn't about petty entitlement. It's about the quiet moments that reveal a deep imbalance, the kind that builds over years. Until one day, you look around and wonder, when did I stop being a partner and start being the help? So let's ask the room, if this were you, your partner, your life, your children, what would you do? Would you stay seated in economy, or would you finally get off the plane? Comment below. Let us know. This is AITA Story Vault, where silence ends and truth begins.